I'm Simon Young from YoungFitnessCentre.com, and I'm going to show you workout number 1 for lean eating for men in a bodyweight and band style. So the first one you're going to look at is going to be the goblet squat. Before we add the loading, we want to make sure we have really good range of motion, really good control. We're going to go bodyweight first, and then we progress on up. On the bodyweight version, we're going to stand with our bench behind us, put our feet hip width, turn the feet out very slightly if you wish. Imagine you stood on 2 pieces of paper towel with a perforation in the middle. Now imagine we're going to tear that perforation in half. That loads the outside of the legs. We keep our chest tall, pull our shoulder blades together. We take a deep breath in, we sit down and back, pause. We're loading the midsole and heel, pressing the big toe into the floor, and we stand. In the stand, we squeeze our bum to finish the motion. Push the knees out, we sit back, we gently brush the bench, and we stand. Make sure your knees do not collapse in. Push those knees out and down. If the knees collapse in, grip the floor a little more, imagine you're tearing that paper, and work on them. Once you've mastered the bodyweight version, progress to either band or dumbbell. The official workout shows us with the dumbbell, and for a gentleman at this stage, a 25 to 35 pound dumbbell is probably a good place to start. Alternatively, we can go with band. On the band, we're going to place it over our upper arms and shoulders. We want to get our elbows up nice and high, pulling our shoulder blades back. Best way to do that is to sit on your bench to start. Stand on the band so it's under your instep. It wants to be firm under the instep. For obvious reasons, you don't want that band to come flying up. Put it around the legs. Put it over the upper arms. Pull it away from your throat. Elbows are high. Pull the shoulder blades together. Dig those feet in. Deep breath in. Exhale and stand. Sit down and back. Exhale and stand. Sit down and back. Exhale and stand. Now what's great about the band is you can go out and back. You can feel the band pushing against the outside of the legs. So that gives you really good feedback that you're moving the legs in the correct way. Do all your reps. Then you're going to move to what is officially a thoracic extension, but I'll show you a bodyweight version in case you've not got a stability ball. This is a mobilization exercise. We're going to go on all fours and we're going to sit our bum down near our heels. One hand goes on the floor, the other hand goes at the side of your head. Keep your lower back neutral, nice and flat. You're moving through here, tucking it in, exhaling. Or you could inhale on the open, really opening out the ribcage, and then exhale on the in. Inhale on the open. Exhale on the in. You want to keep this spine neutral. If you're in any doubt, put your hand on your lower back and keep that hand in contact with the lower back just to get things moving, and then place it at the side of your head. Do all your reps on one side and then do all the reps on the other side. Next one we're going to look at is the single leg Romanian deadlift. On the single leg Romanian deadlift, we want to make sure we can control our body weight first. You press the big toe, the ball of the foot and the heel into the floor. Put a very slight bend in your knee. Want a neutral spine, so put your hand into the lower back, put your back leg out like it's the kickstand on a bike. Initially, reach towards the wall. Push your hips back horizontally. Pause, then pulling through this heel, stand all the way up. Imagine there's a string running from your heel, up your leg to your bum. As you reach forward, the string loosens off, you pull the string tight, and you stand upright. When you stand up, don't overarch, just stand nice and tall. Tap your toe on the floor and repeat for your reps. So hinge and stand. Make sure you're not rounding your back, so it's not this. We keep our back nice and flat and in neutral. If that becomes too easy for you, you then add the band option. We put the band around our wrists, then stand on the band. By keeping a nice neutral spine, we find that when we stand, we have to squeeze our bum a lot, pull our shoulder blades back. We hinge, as before, and then push through and stand, tapping the toe on the floor, squeezing the bum, pull the shoulder blades back. Hinging, slight bend in the knee, control it on the down, pause when we're over, stand strong. Then we step through for our reps on the other side. That gets tied in with the plank. The plank we want to make as perfect as possible. So on our plank, you want to be looking at your thumbs, you want a nice neutral spine. Feet hip width. Tighten up your abdominals, look at your thumbs, get your spine neutral. If you don't tighten your abs, you'll drop your hips, you'll feel this in your lower back. You don't want to do that. Tighten your abs like you're in cold water and you're retracting everything you own. Pull it all up to your chin. That'll pull your shoulder blades apart a little. Keep it retracted, keep it locked up tight. If you need to regress this further, you do the same planking on your knees, but keep that same cue. Pulling everything up, nice and tight, keeping breathing. Final one in this workout is a hip raise and the rear elevated iso hold. The hip raise, we go with knees bent, feet flat on the floor, knees hip width apart. Start with your hands on the floor. Squeeze your bum to raise your hips. You should feel a contraction in your hamstring and bum. Control it down. The hips want to come up smoothly, be together, brush the floor, squeeze the bum to raise, control it down. If you feel this in the calf muscles, it's because you're pushing with your feet rather than squeezing your bum. The top position, you want a nice straight line, shoulders through to knees. You do not want to keep pushing and overarch your spine, just a nice straight line. From there, we can progress this by taking away the points of contact. You put your hands with your thumbs and your temples. That makes it a little tougher. Or you can make a figure four, like you're standing in a chair. That puts more load on one leg and one hip. Do all your reps on one side, then switch around, do all your reps on the other. So that's the band and bodyweight version for Lean Eating for Men workout number 1.